High Court to kindly declare this function as open. Thank you, sir. Good morning and namaskar. Myself, V. Sujata, First Additional District and Sessions Judge, Rourkela, on behalf of the Judgeship of Sundargarh, feel privileged to have amongst us Honorable Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice of Orissa High Court, Honorable Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi, Judge, High Court of Orissa, all the Honorable Judges of the High Court of Orissa joining us to the virtual mode, the esteemed Registrar General, and all the officers of the Registry of the Honorable Court, the esteemed District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Sri Subhadrashi Patnaik, the esteemed District and Sessions Judge Deogarh, Sri Vijay Kumar Patra, the learned Collector and the Superintendent of Police, the learned CPC and the Master Trainers, the learned Judicial Officers, the learned President of Rourkela Bar Association, District Bar Association Sundargarh, and District Bar Association Deogarh, all the learned members of the bar, and all the distinguished dignitaries attending this function. Court is a place where constitutional values are tested, and irrespective of the place of abode, people from far-flung areas should have easy access to justice. Today's event will enable us to uphold this mandate and pave the way for digitization under the able guidance of our Honorable Chief Justice, Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, who, as a beacon light, has been constantly guiding and steering the Odisha judiciary to make us all tech savvy. We are indeed fortunate to have His Lordship on this occasion, and we should all seize this golden opportunity. With these words and without further delay, I would now request the learned District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Sri Subhadrashi Patnaik, to kindly deliver his welcome address. Sir, please.
Namaskar. A very good morning to all. Change is the life. If we want to get better at anything, we have to accept change. Change is a natural and beautiful process that leads to growth. The positive change that we aim at ushering in today is to let technology find its foothold in our way of work and make it better, faster, and more effective. We are fortunate that our Honorable Chief Justice, with his massive experience of integrating technology in judicial process, is leading us in that direction. After having personally visited almost all districts of the state to initiate and motivate the technological changes in the work of judicial officers and advocates through hands-on training programs, today His Lordship has been kind enough to be with us at Rourkela in the Judgeship of Sundargarh. I, Sri Subhadrashi Patnaik, District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, feel extremely privileged to welcome Dr. S. Muralidhar, Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, on the auspicious occasion of hands-on training program. I am honored to welcome Honorable Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to today's special event. I humbly welcome Honorable Judges of the High Court of Orissa who are watching this event in virtual mode for having lent their encouragement and support to us. My team and myself are delighted to welcome the respected Registrar Vigilance Sri Vishwajit Mahanti and other esteemed officers of the registry who are watching this event. I welcome the Central Project Coordinator Sri Anupam Patra and the Master Trainer Sri Akankit Mishra and Chinmay Mishra, who have been with us in the last couple of days providing support and guidance for the systematic organization of this event. I welcome esteemed President and Secretaries of Bar Association of Rourkela and Deogarh, including the participating advocates of the Sundargarh Judgeship of the hands-on training program, who have extended their wholehearted cooperation for organizing this event. I also cordially welcome the members of electronic and print media. Once again, on behalf of the fellow judicial officers and judicial staff of the Judgeship and my own behalf, I extend a hearty welcome to everyone present physically and virtually in today's inaugural event. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of welcome. Now may I request the learned District and Sessions Judge Deogarh, Sri Vijay Kumar Patra, to kindly deliver his address. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all. Today, indeed, it is a proud privilege and honor for me to welcome Honorable Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, and Honorable Chief Justice B.R. Sarangi, Judge, High Court of Orissa, Honorable Judges of High Court of Orissa, who are virtually joined with us to grace the occasion, esteemed Registrar General and members of Registry, Central Project Coordinator, High Court of Orissa, who have virtually joined with us, SP of the ward, judicial officers of the judgeship, non president, office bearers, members of the district bar association, Deogarh, our staff, print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, present at this momentous occasion of inauguration of e-filing station and hands-on training program on e-filing and e-services for advocates at district court complex. Therefore, I would take this opportunity to express my deep and heartfelt gratitude for the august presence of Honorable Justice, Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, as your Lordship has been pioneering the integration of technology to the judicial system in terms of various e-services, which indeed providing technical stimulus in the system and beneficial in every corner of Odisha. Your Lordship has been inculcating amongst us the noble vision that in the context of judicial system, technology has become a skill in enhancing efficacy in the procedures like online filing system, e-services for advocates, e-payment of court fees, e-summoning system, case tracking system for the litigants, seamless network of information from courts under e-courts projects, which are beneficial not only to the judges and lawyers, but also to the common litigants. In this legal journey, today on behalf of every stakeholder of the Judgeship of Deogarh, I must say that we are immensely blessed to be a part of this continuous journey, which has been envisioned by His Lordship. Definitely, it would give an opportunity to all of us to play a major role in our respective capacity as a lawyer, as a judge, more importantly, as a common man, by making use of technology. Thanking you all. Join.
Thank you, sir. May I now request the esteemed President of the Rourkela Bar Association, Shri Ramesh Chandra Bada, to kindly deliver his address.
Good morning to all. On behalf of Rourkela Bar Association, I can say it's a historic moment. It's a historic moment for Rourkela for the visited by the Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice S. Muralidhar. Fortunately, for last 18 years, I mean, last visit of Honorable then Chief Justice Sri Sujit Barman Rai was here to lay the foundation stone of this existing building, and it's a coincidence that your Chief Lordship has come today to lay the foundation of a model court building. In presence of Honorable Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi. On behalf of Rourkela Bar Association, we welcome and thanks all the dignitaries, judicial officers, advocates who have come to make the program a grand success, and I thank all the dignitaries who have given their precious time to witness the occasion, this e-training program. And on behalf of Honorable District Judge Sundargarh, Honorable District Judge Deogarh, Honorable Lady J. Rourkela, Collector present here, Honorable respected Collector and respected SP and other judicial officers, those who are watching the virtual mode of this training program, on behalf of all of us, we welcome our affectionate Honorable Chief Justice Dr. S. Muralidhar. Along with, we further welcome Honorable Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi, Judge, Odisha High Court, who extended his presence in this event. We welcome Honorable Chief Justice to this smart city where now we are going to get a model court building. Your Lordship's efforts for technical advancement in the Indian judiciary by establishing e-court services shall make you memorable and definitely benefit the litigant public as well as persons working in the judicial system. The inauguration of e-filing station at court complex and hands-on training program, e-filing and e-services for advocates and different courts, we can say it's a milestone towards the justice delivery system at doorstep, Your Lordship. And we again extend our thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice Dr. S. Muralidhar for laying foundation stone of model court building and inaugurating e-filing station as well as e-filing training program, and the persons of those today involved in training program, the technicians and other judicial officers. I also welcome them and thank them for giving their relentless service to make the program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request the esteemed President, District Bar Association, Deogarh, Shri Pramatesh Guru, to kindly deliver his address.
Good morning, everybody. Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, Honorable Chief Justice of Orissa High Court, Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi, Honorable Justice Orissa High Court, other dignitaries of Orissa High Court, District Judge Vijay Kumar Patra Deogarh, District Judge Sundargarh, Rajkishore Paikrai SP Deogarh, Ramesh Chandra Bolo, President Rourkela Bar Association, Secretary Rourkela Bar Association, and all judicial officers, print and electronics media, and my learned friends. Today is a remarkable day for Odisha judiciary, that e-filing system and e-training is today continuing. By using this information and technology now in digital India, we will be proud of it. It will be helpful to us as well as the litigant of Odisha and general people to file the case in a touch of their electronic devices. And we are proud of Justice S. Muralidhar and grateful to him by inauguration of this e-filing system. Not only it will be helpful to us, it also be safe to environment also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now have the honor of requesting Honorable Dr. Justice B.R. Sarangi, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly deliver his address. Sir, please.
Honorable Dr. My esteemed Honorable Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice of Orissa High Court, my esteemed brother, Mr. Justice Biswajit Bhanti, Justice Arindam Sinha, Justice Muganga Sekhar Sahu, Justice B. Narsinga, and Justice Raman, those are on the virtual mode, and just Mr. C.R. Das, the Registrar General, and his team of officers, those who are watching in the virtual mode, and Mr. Biswajit Bhanti, the Registrar Vigilance, who is present in person here, and also Mr. Anupam Patra, CPC, and his team who are here to give you master training today. And also, I'm very much glad that young officers of the judiciary become the master trainer. Those are present here to give the training with regard to this system which are now evolved with the latest Honorable Chief Justice. My respected President of the Bar Association of Rourkela and Deogarh, Secretary of the Bar Association of Rourkela and Deogarh, and Sundargarh also. And my dear and near, the District Session Judge of Sundargarh and District Session Judge of Deogarh and their officers, those are present personally and also watching the program on virtual mode. Indeed, for me, it is a great day. Why I am saying so? That your Chief Justice of Orissa High Court is present personally to see you all. And not only see you all, but also with a gift. What is that gift that you have already seen by a laying foundation? And with this magnanimous gift given by the Honorable Chief Justice of Orissa High Court to you, I believe that the wheels of justice will run very fast and with your all cooperation. Now, I also bring to a kind notice that Honorable Chief Justice is the pioneer of the computer system in this Delhi High Court, the Delhi High Court as well as the Punjab Haryana High Court. And I believe that his court is fast paperless court in country when he was the judge of Delhi High Court. If I am wrong, my Chief Justice may correct me to that extent. But by this process, what has happened now, 10 judges of Delhi High Court, they are holding the paperless court. By this, the environment has become enriched with the use of paper, and as such, there should not be destruction of any environment condition. But fact remains that only the judges will be trained, it will not solve the purpose. Therefore, this hands-on program is for you only, you the lawyers, you the clients, and as such, this wheels of justice will run with your cooperation. If you have not been well versed with the system itself, even if we learn many things, but we can't execute it itself. I believe that my master trainers, those are here, they have already given training moving on entire state to all the bar association members. Those are interested to have this hands-on program. What do you mean by hands-on program? That means keep the things in hand and do it yourself, learn yourself and do it yourself. This is my understanding. I may be wrong. My Chief Justice may rectify, correct me if I am wrong. But only question is that if you have some knowledge with regard to handling of the instrument which you have, maybe your laptop, maybe your desktop, maybe your smartphone, then only you can have the operation. The learning process starts from today itself, because we are now venturing in to have the e-mode system in filing, in payment of court fees and refund of court fees, and all of the issues which are connected to this. Therefore, fact remains that if the lawyers are enriched with their knowledge with regard to the e-filing system itself, then our endeavor will be fruitful, which I believe that it is absolutely correct in all respect. We don't disagree with me. But the day the Honorable Chief Justice joined this court, just nearly about more than 1 year, 1 month, he has tried his level best to do the best thing for the judiciary of the state. And that is why we are progressing like anything, and we need your all cooperation. I believe that you will not dishearten us. Rather, you must cooperate with all big heart, because the people of Orissa, known with their own conduct, that they are welcoming everybody and every issues with warm heart. I believe that with this warm heart, you can welcome this system which are now venturing to do it. And I believe that with your cooperation, we can come out #1 in the country. With all these words, thank you all.
Thank you, my lord, for your kind words of motivation. May I now have the honor of requesting the Honorable Chief Justice, Orissa High Court, Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, to kindly inaugurate the e-filing stations in the District Court Complex of Sundargarh, Civil Court Complex Rourkela, and the District Court Complex Deogarh. Thank you, sir. May I now have the honor of requesting the Honorable Chief Justice, Orissa High Court, Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, to kindly deliver his inaugural address. Sir, please.
Thank you, Judge Sujata. Very warm good morning to everyone. Pranam. I feel it an honor and privilege to be here in Rourkela amidst all of you, and particularly among my colleagues. This is Vishwajit Mahanti, this is Dr. Sarangi, Justice Arindam Sinha, who also happens to be the administrative judge for Deogarh. Justice Sanjeev Panigrahi, Justice Mrikanga Shekhar Sahu, Justice Narsingh, Justice Viraja Prasanna Satpathy, Justice Raman, my Registrar General, who is also present in virtual mode, who is a man of Rourkela, my Registrar Vigilance, Shri Vishwajit Mahanti, my CPC Anupam Patra, the two master trainers, Akankit and Chinmay, who are always ready and willing whenever we call for hands-on training. The bar represented in full measure. First, the district judges, Shri Shubhadar Shri Patnaik, District Judge Sundargarh, Shri Vijay Kumar Patra, District Judge Deogarh. The bar represented by Ramesh Chandra Bada, President, Rourkela Bar Association, Akshay Kumar Sahu, Secretary, Rourkela Bar Association, Shri Shukanta Kumar Mahapatra, President, District Bar Association Sundargarh, Shri Ashok Kumar Swain, Secretary, District Bar Association Sundargarh, Shri Pramatesh Guru, President, District Bar Association Deogarh, Shri Tikeshwar Dada, Secretary, District Bar Association Deogarh. We also are very happy to have the presence of the collector, Sundargarh, Shri Nikhil Pavan Kalyan, and Shri Mukesh Bhamu, the Superintendent of Police, Rourkela. I first want to share with my colleagues in back in Cuttack. This, I don't know if they can see it. This is how the proposed new building for Rourkela is going to look like. And I must at the outset say that this has been possible because of the efforts, the collective efforts of several. I must particularly appreciate the promptness with which Shri Nikhil Kalyan Pavan responded to our request and said how he would make available the land for this new court complex. The energy and the zeal of Dr. Justice Sarangi, without whose continuous efforts, many of these projects will not come about. Many of my colleagues in the Orissa High Court, his own committee, the other colleagues in his committee, they work tirelessly. It's not just that the registry officials, of course, the Registrar General, Shri Chittaranjan Das, and his entire team, of which Vishwajit Mahanti, the Registrar Vigilance, is a part, and the CPC is a part. It's not all of them, but the guiding force are my colleagues in the High Court. They sit in committees, they spend hours and days and nights thinking about how best to improve the system of the judiciary in Odisha. And that is what has encouraged me to move forward. Dr. Sarangi talked about digitization, computerization in Odisha. But again, that would not have been possible if not for the IT committee of the High Court, headed by Justice Mahanti now, earlier by Justice Pujari. It's continuous efforts of several judges, again sitting in those committees, thinking about how to improve things, how to carry this mission forward, that has encouraged us to move forward. The thrust for computerization, for digitization, for e-filing stations, of course, comes from the e-committee of the Supreme Court itself. They have a vision plan, and we are trying to implement every part of that vision plan. We also contribute to it in some measure. So what we started off in August last year has really proved to be very successful so far. And I'm now talking of the hands-on training for the bar. As Justice Sarangi was mentioning, hands-on was necessary because giving lectures about e-filing is one thing. Actually sitting next to the lawyer, And teaching the lawyer how to use the device, how to use the computer, how to actually e-file a case is another. And that's where the real learning starts. It's like from law college to the bar. When you study your law course, you don't realize how little you know about actual law practice. It's only when you come into the bar, when you practice, that you learn a lot of things about law itself. Likewise, even about computers, unless you start using them more and more yourself, you will not be able to grasp the nuances of e-filing, of how to use computers. But the thing about computers is this: output is determined by input. Suppose you were filing badly drafted petitions in the physical mode, and you now started e-filing. It does not mean that your drafts will suddenly improve. That same bad draft will get e-filed. So for improving your drafting skills, for improving your advocacy skills, you still have to work at it. These are but tools which make it easier for you, for your clients to reach the court, to file cases, to follow up on the numbering of cases, to follow up on hearings of cases, because there's a whole ecosystem that is now put in place where any client sitting anywhere can track the developments in his or her case. They don't have to be physically present any longer in the court. What is the next date in this case? What is the order passed on the last date? Whether the lawyer was present or not, whether the judge was present or not, what actually happened at the hearing. Earlier, the client had to actually come to the lawyer's office, come to the court to find out this information. Today, it is available on the net. So a diligent client, and many of them are diligent clients, an aware client, a well-informed client, can know more about the case than the lawyer does if the lawyer does not know that all this information is available on the net. I'm just asking this audience here, how many lawyers actually go to the website of the National Judicial Data Grid? How many of you have actually seen that National Judicial Data Grid? Anyone who can lift up his hand or her hand? See, there are 3 hands that went up in a room full of at least 80 to 90 lawyers. So lawyers themselves need to know that there are several changes that have happened around us. You must be aware what is the change that has happened. You're all aware, of course, because you have a mobile phone in the pocket, that is a big change that has come into your lives in the last 10 years. But in your own legal practice, in the way courts function, in the way information about courts is displayed on the net, unless you are completely aware of it, how will you take full advantage of it? How will you know that what is the latest techniques? You're handling a POXO case, you're handling an NDPS case. You know what is the latest case law in that? What are the latest developments in that? And not just nationally, internationally. Today, there's so many opportunities for you by going on the net, watching not only the performance of courts, like how many of you watch live streaming of the Orissa High Court? Again, a very few hands. Why are you not keen, sir? You should be keen. You should be keen to know what does the High Court Chief Justice do? Does he sit on time? Is he whiling away his time? Is he serious about his cases? Does he listen properly? Does he pass orders properly? What is happening in cases? What is the latest kind of case? What did the senior advocate from Delhi argue before the Chief Justice? What did the senior counsel from London argue before the Chief Justice? This is an opportunity for you to actually view the proceedings. Today, the Orissa High Court has a YouTube channel. The live streaming proceedings of the Chief Justice's Court of the Orissa High Court is viewable. And we do get more than 3,000 hits. So very young law students are watching it. This I know for a fact. Many non-lawyers are watching it. Many members of the public, of the press, of the media are watching it. Why would lawyers not watch it? Lawyers should be curious. If I tell you that you can watch the UK Supreme Court proceedings live, will you believe me or not? How many people will believe me? How many people will not believe me? Only one is prepared to believe me. You can actually watch. You just have to go to Google and say UK Supreme Court live streaming. You will get a hit. You can watch. You can actually watch the Texas Supreme Court. You can watch the Canadian Supreme Court. It is all in the click of a button, sir. The entire world is out there for you to observe. I would only urge the young lawyers. I know the older lawyers may be skeptical, saying this Chief Justice is saying all kinds of things. It's all going over our heads. We were quietly doing our law practice. What is this suddenly computer, live streaming? Sir, we don't want all that. Maybe the older lot are resistant to it, but not all from the older lot. Justice Sarangi talked about my stint in the Punjab and Haryana High Court. When Punjab and Haryana High Court, about more than 10 years ago, said no paper cause list, only cause list will be published on the net. One of the first persons to take to it was an elderly Sadaji. He was already 80 years old. And I met him in Chandigarh. And he said, sir, such a wonderful thing that has happened. And he showed me his mobile phone. He's already tech savvy. So age is not a bar. Earlier, lawyers had to carry briefs, books, everything in bastas. Some clerk has to go ahead, arrange the books in the court, arrange the paper book there. Dr. Sarangi's practice was like that, correct? That was my practice too. In fact, I practiced for many, many years from my Maruti van. Those days are gone. Today, you can carry the entire thing in a pen drive. You can carry it on your phone. It's all up to you, sir. What do you want to do? How best you want to take advantage of everything that's happening is all in your hands. These master trainers are really tech savvy, but they are also learning. They are not so smug. They are not so complacent. Ask Akankit or Chinmay, sir, do you consider yourself the best ever in computers? They'll say, no, sir, not at all. Even today, when we came to Rourkela, we have come to learn. My CPC also every day learns something. Through him, I learn something. Learning, there is no limit to. Literally, sky is the limit. And those old sayings that you have, that we are only at the tip of the ocean of knowledge, even with all of this. There's so much, we're really taking a small sip in our palm and drinking it. Because knowledge is vast, it's vast as the oceans. And the internet tells you how vast it is. But it is up to you, how do you want to be careful in what you choose, how you choose, and that is all only information, it is not knowledge. For information to become knowledge, you have to use your learning, you have to use your experience, you have to correctly use your discretion. For all that, you have to personally develop. You have to develop as a lawyer. You do that by extensive reading, by watching. And age is not a criterion, sir. If today my grandson has to teach me about the mobile phone, I should not feel hesitant to learn from him. If a young 12-year-old wants to teach me about laptops and computers, I should not be hesitant. Because I want to learn. I may be 60 years old, but I want to learn. So a lawyer grows when he has a frame of mind, or she has a frame of mind, wanting to acquire more and more knowledge, not just information, knowledge, and use that knowledge for the purposes of the litigant public. All of this is not so that we become tech savvy, but we become tech savvy to enable our clients to access justice. That is the real goal. Do they get more efficient justice? Do they get speedier justice? Do they get more predictive justice? Today, the client should come to the court, the case is listed, he should not be told the lawyers have abstained from work. Abstaining from work means so many clients lose their hearings in court. Abstaining from work on a drop of a hat, many clients suffer. They are powerless because the doors of the court are shut. They cannot try and breach that. The Bar Association will put its representatives there saying nobody enters the court. What happens if other public services start doing the same thing? It hurts us. When doctors go on strike, it hurts us. If policemen go on strike, it hurts us. If sanitation workers go on strike, it hurts us. These are all public services. These are all public institutions. They're funded by the public. You've heard of the word crowdfunding. They're funded by the public. They have to work for the public. They're answerable to the public. As lawyers, as judges, we are answerable not only to the public, but to the Constitution of India too. Because there is an expectation from all of us. The expectation is that we collectively work. The bench alone cannot work without the bar. The bar has no relevance if there is no bench. Both of us have no relevance if there's no litigant public. if you have to continue to be relevant to the litigant public, you have to address their problems in the manner that the Constitution expects us. Equal justice, fair justice, impartial justice, justice without discrimination, fear or favor, affection or ill will. All that is not possible if there is no cooperation between the bar and the bench. Rourkela bar, I've heard so much about your Rourkela bar. You have produced among the finest lawyers in Orissa state. You've turned up the finest of judges for the Orissa judiciary. Finest of judges, not just in the High Court, but importantly in the district judiciary. Even today, many from the Rourkela bar are adorning the High Court bench or the benches in the various district courts. That is what is the expectation of the Rourkela bar, that it will be among the best in Orissa. It will be a guiding light for the other bars in Orissa. Look at Orissa as a city. I think Pawan Kalyan will be reasonably proud that there's an international recognition for Orissa through Rourkela. Rourkela is a smart city. It's then become a pride of place for Orissa. Likewise, the Rourkela bar must be in the forefront. It should say, we will tell the other bars in Orissa how the bar cooperates with the bench and deals with old cases, brings down pendency, doesn't ignore POXO cases, 376 cases, 302 cases. We will show how disposals on all cases involving grave offenses have to improve, because there's a huge task before us, sir. That task cannot be performed without full cooperation from the bar. I'm sure the Orissa bar will not be found wanting on this. All these enabling devices, whether it's e-filing or hands-on training or having better court premises, having more judges to deal with cases, all of this is only for delivering best quality justice to the litigant public of Orissa. And that is the solemn pledge that all of us must take again and again to move forward and take Orissa to greater and greater heights as far as judiciary is concerned. So I'm sure you will not disappoint me on that front. I'm very happy to be here amidst all of you and wishing you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. May I now request the Secretary, Rourkela Bar Association, Shri Akshay Kumar Sahu, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Namaskar. A warm and graceful morning to all the ladies and gentlemen of this august assembly. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this event a great success. First of all, I would like to thank today's Pride of Orissa High Court, Chief Justice of Orissa, Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, who honored this function with his inspirational speech and thoughts, keeping aside his busy schedule of works. I would like to thank Honorable Justice, Dr. Justice Vidut Ranjan Sarangi, who honored this event with his motivational speech. I would like to thank Honorable Judges of High Courts, Orissa, who joined in virtual mode for their support. And I would like to thank Sri Subhadarshi Patnaik, Honorable District Judge Sundargarh, for his untiring support and instruction to make the event grand success. I would like to thank Sri Vijay Kumar Patro, Honorable District Judge Deogarh, who joined with the event in virtual mode and extended his support for success of the program. I would like to thank Sri Ramesh Chandrabal, President of Rourkela Bar Association, and thank to the President of District Bar Association Deogarh and other bar associations who also joined the event as a mark of cooperation and made the program success. I would like to thank the judicial officers who have continuously monitored and contributed their support for the success of this event. I would like to thank all the persons dignitaries, guests, media, and especially our court staff and government officers, without whose support this event could not have been made so successful. I would like to thank all of my seniors and bar members to be present here. And last and not least, I would like to thank Mrs. V. Sujata, Honorable Additional District and Sessions Judge, who given me an opportunity to give you vote of thanks. Thanking you and Vande Utkal Jai.
May I now seek the permission of the Honorable Chair to declare the function as closed. Thank you, sir. The function stands closed. The participants are requested to remain present here for the training. Thank you.